After you got out of prison, you started traveling to the world and working again in East Europe, and God gave you a vision that Iron Curtain would collapse. Tell us about the vision you had and the East-West conference you held in Germany in Karlsruhe. What was the result of these efforts and experience?
Well, the thing is that, as you know, I was arrested in 1972. I came out in 1973. And at the beginning, nobody wanted me to go back and work there. In fact, in England, I was being punished because I said, look, I love the people. I can't leave them. I have to go back. And so really that's what drove me to go back and work. But also I did some quite interesting things because about 3 years after I came out of the prison, I realized that if people had known what to do, they could have possibly got me out. And I set up the biggest Christian demonstrations ever held in London. And as a result, I succeeded in getting a Ukrainian out of prison. It was quite an amazing thing. I so embarrassed the Russians that they did try and kill me afterwards, but they didn't succeed. But the interesting thing was that continuing to work and still work with the underground churches, I saw the restrictions that you had. And I believed that God, through the Holy Spirit, could bring freedom. And the only way I could do it was by setting up a conference in West Germany, which had borders with the communist countries. And in the first conference, we had 4,000 people. And out of them, 800 of them had actually come through the Iron Curtain to attend the conference. This was in 1988. Took me 2 years again to organize that. And I had 4 conferences. And God showed me 2 things. One, that God showed me that the Iron Curtain would open. Now, all he did was telling me it will open. And when I said how, the answer I got from the Lord was, there's only one way to break iron, it's with fire. And he showed me that it would be the power of the Holy Spirit that would break the Iron Curtain, which it did. And it's so significant that after the second conference, out of the 4 that I held, within 2 weeks of the ending of the conference, the first cracks appeared in the Iron Curtain in East Germany, Czechoslovakia, and then, of course, Poland. So God began to fulfill it. But then eventually, for the conference in 1991, God actually gave me a vision, a dream on the first day of the conference. And in that conference, I saw Russia on the edge of a cliff, of a hill, dropping off. The conference was 4 days. I mentioned this dream in the opening night. I also had the same dream on the last day and mentioned it. Within 24 hours of that conference finishing in 1991, August 1991, within 24 hours, Gorbachev was out. And it meant that Russia itself opened. So really, a lot of what I'm doing is in faith, but it's in fulfillment of prophecy that God gives me. That's why I'm still working here now, because I believe God, through prayer, will end this war.